let me explain, and I think this is a good analogy. I think it makes it easier for people to understand the difference. There's basically two methods of getting listed in the search engines. One is what they call paid, or Google AdWords or Yahoo and Bing have their AdWords or pay-per-click campaigns.
Right.
Or there's what they call the organic or natural rankings, and they're unpaid, but they're an evaluation of your site's content. So I like to compare it to if you wanted to open up a fruit and vegetable stand. You can go buy the fruit and vegetable wholesale. That's PPC, pay-per-click. It's a very similar process. You're buying it wholesale and you're selling it to make a profit, and you can buy it as much or as little as you want, when you want, and you have a lot of control over it. Now the organic is much like if you were living in an area that you could grow your own orchard. You start an orchard, but it takes you 5 years to grow apple trees that actually produce apples. So what you're doing, but when you have them developed, you actually have a product that you had more control over when you're developing, and it is a much lower cost than buying it wholesale because you're the producer of that. And organic SEO is much the same way. It takes quite a while to set it up. It's a lot of work. It doesn't pay very well to begin with, but the benefits long-term can be very well. Like after about 6 or 7 months of doing SEO on a website, you start to generate the benefits of having those rankings in there. And the actual amount of benefits you get depends on the quality of the information and content that can be added into the website itself. So, but it can vary on most small companies. Typically, the cost ranges between about $500 and up to about $2,000 a month ongoing costs to develop and to maintain the optimization in a website. But when you consider that against an option like the Yellow Pages, it can be less money than doing, especially if you're in multiple cities, at between $300 and $800 a city or a town. And if you're trying to do 10 towns, that's $8,000 a month, or almost $100,000 a year. So when you compare it to other forms of marketing, it can be less.
I bet.
Yeah.
And people, they just scared of the magic of SEO. They don't understand it. So this has been a great podcast series where you've broken it down to simple elementary basics. You've explained why you need SEO. Let's see what else on the board. Transition, building your local brand. I want to talk about